Alright, hello Exile, welcome to my today video about PoE, and in today's videos I'm gonna show you guys my new build in this character in the Phrecia event League of PoE 1. And this character is Scarvenger, which is I turn my character from the Hex Blast my Sanctum Runner to the tier 17 map rushing, farming, and let's go through it. First one, we're gonna go through the gear. And the gear here says I have a pretty much budget gear, which is you can craft it by yourself with some essence and some fracture bases to save more money. And this one I have suppressants and intelligence with some chaos stress is very core point of the gear. Every gear in my characters now has a chaos stress. Why? Because I don't like chaos damage in tier 17, and that's why I have it everywhere. And projectile pierce at additional target, which is pretty good in slot for the helmet. I have timing. I have this ring. This ring I have both a base. The synthesized base is increase your damage while you're leeching. So this one gonna cover your damage pretty much. And it also has itself the crit multi, which is you're gonna spam a crit essence, or you're gonna reforge crit. It depends on you. I have the border boost at a very early day of the league. Yeah, now it's now still cheap. I like the Junecrat and the movement speed a lot because it's gonna give you more movement speed, and also it's gonna save you one more space for the others, like better modifier for damage or defensive instead of just movement speed, because you're not actually moving. You're using the whirling blade to moving around the map, and also frost blink. And the gloves is this one cost me it's around 1 maybe 2 divide. If I can do it, you can do it too. Try to get 2 bases, one for the attack speed and maximum life, and one for attack speed and some like chaos res or something. And the last one is the alpha mod. We're gonna combine 3 of these into the alpha mod, and if you fail, just redo that again. And we have exactly how the way we craft this one in Spicy Sushi Clips, so you guys can watch him and learning how to do the crafting with the recombinator. Yep. And this one is it's the things of the build, the core thing of the build, because if you want to do a lightning strike with a crit, you have to have this one to cover your crit chance. And why this one had to have corrupted, because we're gonna get increase the level of the projectile skill. Projectile skill is a lightning strike. The lightning strike has itself a projectile tag. But if you don't have it on trade, you can try to have the socket duration. +2 level of socket duration also do the same thing, because lightning strike also have tag of duration. But why I choosing projectile? Because projectile you can have a returning projectile too. So it's gonna increase the level of the returning projectile too. So it could be pretty awesome for the lightning strike and the returning projectile. So I don't using Nimbus here, that's why I have this one. And of course the Swelling Seal gonna cover you 50% of block spell damage, which is you have less resources to cap it. And my character here now has rest cap it, of course, chaos rest when flask on, also cap it, and block chance and block spell damage. But yeah, this is how it look like. And my lightning strike now has crit chance is 73. Every of my hits I see the crit happen. So it is not actually like every time you have crit, but most of the time you have crit. So 73% is pretty nice number. You can have even more if you have a better claw. Now my claw here is just like a very cheap claw. I got it from the trade. I have searched for the modifier and chip it in slot, which is gonna eat my divine off as less as I can afford, because at the moment I'm making this build, I have less currency, so this is how it look like. And it still can run tier 17 without struggling in damage, in defensive, and in attack speed too. And also you can see here, this is my loot after one map. And let's go to the tree and how the trees look like for the build. And this for ascendancies, you're gonna choose here. You got 2 strike, which is 1 increased damage, attack speed. Yeah, a lot of good stuff from the strike. And also you have here the explode. The explode note is a pretty good note I have seen in this character, because it's gonna help you clear the map pretty quickly. And also when you open the strongbox, there was a lot of monster, and the explosion gonna solve the problem when monsters surround you, and it's gonna deal a lot of damage for the rare, or maybe the a big rare monster with a lot of modifier stacking. And yeah, this note is pretty awesome, that's why I like it. And the next one is you're gonna have adrenaline for the like 5 seconds on each of kill. So every kill you got adrenaline. So for the tier 17, as I can remember, there was a lot of monster in everywhere, so you can always has adrenaline. It just only not always in the boss room, but yeah. And let's go to the trees. In these trees here, I'm using a very basic tree from the last lightning strike, but here I'm using the Thread of Hope with the massive ring, which is gonna cover me a lot of good skill, good point, good note, like some maximum life, some crit multi, some crit damage, and also cover these 4 notes. And in every single note is notes I can use, and of course double damage and the crit multi and reduce from crit. Why it has this modifier? Because we have the timeless you will hear, and this time I'm using another timeless instead of the very expensive one which is Fopgun using right now. But it's also, this one also gives you the same modifier as the expensive one. It's gonna be triple. But yeah, as you can see here, we got like melee damage, we got like attack damage legit as life, also some resistance, some melee damage, and every note here is usable. That's why I have it all, and I have 1, 2, and 3 double damage notable. So it's pretty awesome for this in slot. This one cost me like 3, maybe 45 to get it. Yeah. And then here I got the unnatural instinct, which is pretty rare. You can afford, if you don't have enough money, then just ignore about the increased reservation efficiency of skill. Just have the unnatural instinct in here. And the circle here you have to have both way, because you're gonna need attack speed. If I got a better glow like tier 1 attack speed, I can remove these ring and have other point for the others area in the trees, like something like mark enemies, reduce recovery from the mark enemy. Also, if I want to have more cluster door, I can have these points to get another cluster, like medium cluster door. And in the cluster point, I'm using this one because I feels like this one gonna be the best one in slot for my character, because it had itself block spell damage, it had itself attack damage while holding a shield, and itself have block in both spell and attack. Also, other skill has everything about damage. So all these 3 skill in this largest cluster, you have to cover all the skill. The reason is it's gonna increase your character damage a lot. And in the Watcher's Eye, I'm using this one. The Watcher's Eye, I have it not that so good, but it's like the best in slot because it has itself recruit multi. When I have a precision, I do have precision here, as you can see there. And also purity element gonna gives you 44% reduced reflect elemental damage taken. So with this Watcher's Eye and with this And with this Pantheon, I can run through a tier 17 with the reflect elemental damage. And also I have converted myself with anger and some note for the converting the from the lightning strike is gonna convert a lot of my physical damage to another damage, so I'm not scared about the physical damage reflect also. So with this Watcher's Eye is gonna cover two point of my build. One is about crit multi and the second one is about reflecting. That's why I'm not using the awaken elemental damage with attack here. It's pretty expensive and you just had one more good point, also some good damage, but here we're doing a very budget version, so we can afford it to ignore that one right now. And the other closer is about the same. And also I have this one as a small one. The medium here is a small plus. That's why because it has itself some projectile damage and some attack speed, which is I like most. At the settler, I'm using these two medium cluster in this way, but this time I'm only using one because this character not have enough level to reach all the point of the trees, and also we're doing block, so we have to spend more point for the block too. That's why it has less point for the cluster Jor. And also I have this Jor. The Jor is about crit, is about damage, is about no, it's not about crit. The Jor is about the damage, it's about the attack speed, and also it's about corrupted blood. So this character right now don't scare about the corrupted blood and the bleeding because we have steel skin. So then I can remove the life flask and doing all the flask here without life flask for the corrupted blood and bleeding. And also have some flat damage Jor to cover enough damage to activate the Trinity in my support skill gem. And also the rest of the Jor, you try to have you should try to have the crit multi like this one. If you have more point, then you can try to have four modifier can be used, not like a fire damage. You may have to lightning damage or something, but in this case I have fire damage, which is fine. All the things I care about, it is like triple crit multi is pretty rare for this slot here. And also I'm using this one, the haste Jor. This one gonna cover yourself a lot of block spell damage and the block attack damage. And yeah, and this one too, what was it? And in this area you're gonna have this one because mostly everyone gonna have evasion in gear if you're playing lightning strike. So this one gonna help you cover your suppressed spell damage. Otherwise you have to go these 2 points here to get more suppressions, and this character we don't have to. And yeah, it had itself 100% of suppression chance. Every note about suppressions also cover it. And yeah, that's it, the trees. And in a very small note here you're gonna see my tattoo, which is avoid being stunned. Why? Because you're gonna get stunned from random monsters shooting the pins effect. So try to have 10 of it. It's gonna remove the stun, so you're not gonna get stunned. And because you have purity of elements, so you're gonna have immune to elemental almond. So the only one almond you're gonna get is poison. So with the poison, if you're struggling with poison, try to grab one of your flask is immune poison, and the problem gonna be solved. And with normal map, when you're running normal map, you're gonna try to have this one because you're not gonna be affected by the burning ground. Sometimes burning ground kill my character pretty fast because it's gonna reduce my regeneration pretty fast. My life, my HP bar go down, and the monster hit and that you die. But if there was a reflect damage, then try to have the reflect pantheon instead of the burning ground. Burning ground is still running, but if you go through it pretty fast, you're not gonna get the burning effect so long, and you can leech it life pretty fast. as fast as possible. You can see like 1 second you got full life again. And that's it all about this character, about the trees, about the gear. Have some gear and some gem. You're gonna watch it carefully in the build, and Bob build. I will share later on the description. And yeah, so this pretty much look normal and look the same, almost the same as my previous character in the settler. And this one is also a very budget version, and this flask is the best one in slot. It's gonna cover yourself a chaos rest. It's gonna give your character has some extra damage, like more damage. So this one is pretty good flask in slot for the chaos rest and some more damage. This one is a very good one to save your build for more damage and less investment in gear, in jeweler, in skill gem, support gem, whatsoever. And also this flask, I feels like this one gonna be help in the bossing. Why? Because it's gonna have a constant crowd, and you know what the constant crowd does, right? And also this one gonna help you increase your damage. And of course, the tincture, try to get a best one in slot. What I have here by myself is pretty good one in slot. I have rolled it 2000 alteration for this one, and is happy me. So that's all for the build. The amulet, which is look pretty normal, and you're gonna allocate the block note right outside here. Yes, and that's it. Hope you guys like the build. If you're feeling struggle with the build, if you feels like less damage or less defensive, come to ask me, and I will show you some tech, some good tips, some good advice to fix the problem you're facing. Yeah. And again, if I say anything wrong or if I'm missing something, please note down in the comment, let me know about that, and I'll fix in the next video. Thank you for watching, and see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.